Amazon downstairs. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Self Achievement Network. My name's Dominic, and I am
What can
here
I do for you
with.
today?
Can you
You're
hear that?
here with me and with the Google thing.
My Google thing is going off.
Okay.
Hey,
I will
Google,
not st-
turn off.
I will not stock junk food.
I will not stop junk food. I think it's lost its marbles. Well, anyway, hello, everyone. Hello,
You
Sharif.
did it.
Hi, Dominic. How are you?
Try to not stock junk food, such as chocolate, biscuits, crisps,
I think it needs to be
sweets,
disconnected.
and instead, opt for healthy snacks.
Never had that
such as
happen.
fruit,
Hey,
unsalted
Google,
rice cake.
shut off.
I will not skip breakfast.
Technology, it's AI is taking over.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Charlie, you tripped up on that one. Would you like a hint or
Can you
would
hear
like to
that?
try again?
I can hear something. I can't hear. I can't hear precisely, but
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut it off. I've not done this before, but oh well. He's off
yeah,
now. Actually, usually it's a woman that I hear the voice when I wake up in the morning.
maybe it's because
Oh,
it's Friday.
anyway, how are things?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? And
I'm
how's
doing.
your Google thing?
I like pull the
I'm
plug.
doing well, thanks.
That's good. So folks, we're here to talk about some really important, really important, actually, topic. It's called customer engagement, which is something that we all know that we need more than we think that we need.
Yeah.
It's an engagement. One of the things that I really feel strongly about is that we have um, very little engagement in the Self Achievement Network. That's my bottom line thing. However, I also recognize that um, we, whatever, haven't given people a reason to engage more. So this is why I felt that this topic today is important. So Sharif is going to share with us from his infinite well of wisdom about what that really means, and not so much how we can do that, but more about why it's important, and once we get the engagement going, how that can benefit us in our quest for evolving and sharing our passion, getting it more out there into the world. So anyway, welcome, Sharif. Thank you for
Thank you
being
very
here
much.
as always.
Thank you very much. My pleasure as always. And yeah,
Absolutely.
it is a very this is a very important topic, and then a lot of businesses they spend millions and millions of dollars just to make sure that their customers are engaged. And actually, let me start with this. It's a stat or a research that companies with the strongest customer engagement strategies they retain an average of about 90% of their customers, and as compared to about 30% who have weak customer engagement strategies. So it shows you how much these companies are, spending a lot of money and time and effort and employees, obviously, just to make sure that they have the right customer engagement strategies in place, right?
Yeah. And I think sometimes my own limitation in my brain, like, so in the inception of Self Achievement Network, I always think, I don't want people coming into the group, into the network, and just spam. And I've always wanted the engagement in the group to be organic and real from here to here. So those requirements have always been there, and I think it's now time to begin to shift and to take a different approach to it, because we've reached a level now of almost 3,000 members, and I think that the members are, for a better word, hungry for more engagement. So,
Absolutely,
you
absolutely,
know,
and this is the interaction that happens between a customer and the organization. And in this case, we're talking about the network, and we want the members to be engaged more with other members in the network, and help each other bring more business, or bring business to start with. So it is that interaction that needs to happen. either between you as a service provider or me as a service provider and our customers or our potential customers as well. And that being using online channels because they're mostly dominant these days, or any offline channels as well, if that's possible.
Yeah. Let me ask you just real quick. I mean, from your experience, is there a different approach when there's a like a brick and mortar business in a local town, whatever, versus something that's online? I mean, that I'm almost answered my own question, but it seems like there has to be a different approach because if somebody's selling online, they need to approach it differently than if it's just getting
See,
people to walk
absolutely.
through a door.
Yeah, and that's with regards to the actual approach or the channels that are used. However, if you look at the fundamentals and maybe the benefits, they are pretty much the same. Either you're because the benefit of customer engaging is going to be the same whether you're doing it online or offline. It's the same benefit once you do that. It's just maybe the different channels. If you are a small or not a small, if you like you said a brick and mortar place, or if you're doing it just an online business, then maybe you use different channels and different venues.
So, I mean, thought you were going to mention some of the companies well known that people know that are really good at engagement.
Oh my God. If we're talking about large organizations, oh my God, there's so many of them that just come to mind right now. I could say Coca-Cola, Pepsi, for example. If we're talking about FMCGs, if we're talking about fast food, there's the McDonald's and the Burger King, and we have Tim Hortons here. You have Dunkin' Donuts down there. All these you have their amazing customer engagement strategies. I'm not even probably not qualified to talk about what they're doing in terms of customer engagement strategies, but there's so many names. If you go smaller than that, there's also a lot of small to medium companies that know how to do that. Professionals also, I've seen that, and I've actually worked with some of them that we found some strategies in order to engage with potential customers, and that was mostly done online. So yeah, I mean, the list is just endless, and it's all about just making sure that you are out there, you are in constant contact with your customer or your potential customer, and making sure that they're happy at all times.
Hmm. That's not an easy task. I mean, when you say some of these organizations are spending, millions of dollars, we're talking about people in the self-achievement network that may not have a very large budget to do things like that. So that's a whole different, like completely different approach there.
Absolutely, and that's why I gave that example about the small companies or professional services that I've worked with before, and it does take a different approach. I worked with a manufacturing company before, and we took a sort of a mixed approach between online and offline. I worked with professional services before, and we also did we mostly did online. So yeah, as you mentioned, because a lot of people in the network are looking for quick engagement or quick connection with customers, there are a number of strategies that can be used either online or offline, and they're not quite as costly as if you are the Coca-Colas of the world or the Pepsi-Colas of the world and so on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so customer engagement is really it's super important because I mean it affects the bottom line, obviously, sales, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
what about in terms of like the relationship between with the customer?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. It's because that you need to have that emotional connection between your customer and your brand. Even if you are a small um, startup, you need to have that. You need to work on that emotional connection between your customer and your brand, and keep that interaction at all times. Why? Simply because highly engaged customers, they just buy more and they promote more, and you want to use them as your first line of marketing. You want to use them as the people that are going to bring you potential leads. They talk more. The word of mouth is very encouraging to a lot of people, and especially, like I said, and with the use of online channels now. So you do want to have them engaged with you, so that and they can talk about your service to their friends and their colleagues and so on and so forth. So it's that emotional connection between you as a service provider and your customer, and you have to just keep that going and keep that, keep nurturing that relationship in order to encourage them to engage to engage you with their friends and customers and refer you and so on.
Mhm.
So one of the sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just thinking about that. I mean, it's like the whole word of mouth thing, you know. So if there's an emotional relationship there, you know, between a customer and a company, whatever you want to call it, that yeah, I mean, they're going to talk. The individual is going to talk about that more to the people that they know, and then you know, this whole word of mouth thing is really powerful.
100%. Oh my God. Yeah, that's it's just like I said, use your customers as your first line of marketing, or your or your lead generators, if you may. You give them the product that they want, the time that they want, and then you keep on trying to make them happy as much as you can, and then keep engaged with them and keep in contact with them always, especially in tough times like these, where I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty with the virus, and a lot of talk about second wave and what have you. So it is very important to just stay in contact, even if you don't want to sell anything to them right now, or even if they're not ready to buy. But you just need to stay in contact. Yes, we're here. Yes, we can help if you need anything, and that does magic in the future. Yeah.
Awesome. You know, and then the whole thing that we're talking about here, the customer engagement is a function of the marketing area, right?
Yes, because I mean, anything marketing that you do will end up at the end with a good customer experience, or it is one of the components, because you want to enhance that customer experience. You want to make it the best ever. You want to make it exceptional. You want to make it, you want to make your customers, the happiest on earth. So anything marketing that we do will have to have as a component a great customer experience, or an exceptional customer experience, and that obviously is one of the components also of customer engagement strategy as well. So because when you have an exceptional or a great customer experience, then you have a happy customer, you have a loyal customer, and you're probably going to retain them. You're going to generate more leads, like I said. You're going to have more acquisitions. You're going to reduce your marketing costs, because that's important, because you already know what they want because of the constant communication, in the constant engagement. So a lot of benefits from having that, or providing that great customer experience and working on
Awesome.
it.
Okay. So,
Um, just a few tips that I can also leave, or share with the people of the network here. What do you want to do, or how do you want to grow, or enhance your customer experience? You want to definitely know your product very well. Make sure that you know what it serves, what it helps, what it can do, because when you know your product, then you can sell it and you can market it. I've worked in product marketing for a long period of my life, and I believe, and maybe I've said that before, that it is the core of anything marketing, or everything marketing, because that knowing that product will help you with the customer, will help you with your backline, will help you with your sales, will help you with everything. So knowing your product is key. Also knowing your customer. Who are you going to sell it to? Is it anybody and everybody on the street? You need to segment. You need to know exactly who is your target customer.
Hmm.
And once that is done, then you need to keep and maintain a positive attitude, listen effectively to what they say. And effective listening, there's so much that we can say about effective listening, but again, it's just about a customer asking a question and then you responding to them in a timely manner, and that also does magic as well. Keeping your promise, obviously, you got to keep your promise. If you said that this is you're going to give them 10% off, then you have to give them that 10% off. If you're going to, anything that you promise, you just have to live up to your promise. And yeah, and that's these are just a few tips here, just to make sure that you are um, giving the right customer experience. Of course,
Hmm.
there's much more than that, but I mean, just for the sake of this session and the time, I think these we can leave our members with. Um, Other than that, I just want to end with that customer centric organizations, organizations that are really, really engaged and really, really focus on their customers, and their customers come first. They do have a solid customer engagement strategy.
Hmm.
It's a main element in the company's growth. And that's why a great customer engagement strategy is what sets your business apart.
So before we end, talk a little bit about that strategy, right? So I know that it just doesn't things just don't happen overnight, and we've talked so many had a lot of these little topic discussions about that, and I've mentioned this before. Sometimes I'm online and I'm in a marketing group somewhere, scanning around, looking to see what's going on, and I see people are offering courses, and one of the graphics that I see is like this woman who's standing against next to a wall that's got this big um, I don't know what it's like, a whiteboard, but then on this whiteboard are all these sticky notes, and they're planning things out like way
Yeah, yeah.
way in advance.
Because this is the plan, right? This is the strategy, and we spoke, like you said, like we spoke about the plan and the strategy so many times on these on our topic discussions, and anything has to start with a plan. So even your customer engagement, it is a strategy as well. So and like I said, it starts with knowing your product and knowing your customer, and segmenting properly, and taking choosing the right channels, and choosing the right pricing and positioning your product. So it does take a lot of planning, and a lot of background work, if you may.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that people can do, let's just say for online, because I have something coming up here in the Self Achievement Network that like I may have said this earlier, but we're shifting directions because I think that the members are hungry for more ways to engage, and if we don't provide that for them, so what are some of the ways that you've seen that some of your clients have used to boost their engagement?
They have to have a plan in place first. You can't just go out and then put a put a promo or an ad on Facebook or LinkedIn or any of these channels. It doesn't work this way. You have to have a plan in place, because everything comes, in its own time. Once you have that plan, so you know when you are going to come out with that promotion, you know when you're going to come out with the promotion in another channel, and so on. You also need to explore what you're going to do offline as well, because not everything, like you said, can be online. But maybe if you maybe you can just utilize like one or two small channels that are offline, maybe. So again, I would say it all starts with a plan. You
Mhm.
can't go ahead and have a good customer engagement strategy unless you have a proper strategy or a proper plan.
You're right. Exactly. That's what has to happen. So let's talk about your offer in the marketplace. That is an assessment that people can
Yes.
do it for a relatively low cost.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm offering a marketing assessment. Basically, what I do is that I will engage with my customer in a call first, because of the because of the distancing and everything. And I will engage with them in a call for about an hour, maybe sometimes more, and I will get all the information that I need in order to provide them with a plan, a short-term plan or short-term strategy. And the strategy could be good for maybe 6 months, maybe could be good for a year. It depends on how deep we go into their business. Once I gather all this information from them, I will come back to them with that strategy document that will take them, like I said, through either 6 months or a year. I will also offer to do some of the implementations that I recommend, but that will all depend on whether the customer would like that or not.
Mhm.
Now, to top that, I also offer a review in 3 months, just to make sure that they are on track and that everything is happening for them.
Mhm. And let's be clear. I mean, it's a small business marketing assessment. It's not for like a, multinational
No, no,
what
definitely not in an hour.
what does that mean, a small business?
Whether you're a professional or whether you're a small brick and mortar location, whether you are just working from home, small as in small company or a small, sole proprietorship, anything like that size. I'm not, like I said, anything beyond that size is definitely not going to take an hour. It's going to take hours and hours.
Yeah, yeah. So small business, I mean, is there a way to measure that? It's a, company of 50 employees or more, or I mean, what is that?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
much less than that. I mean, in order to come up with something with a 1 hour plan, I would say maximum 5 employees. That's
Okay.
yeah. And then if they want more than that, then yes, absolutely, we can look into something totally different. If this is a company of, like as you said, 10 or more employees, then this is a different approach and a different type. This will never happen in 1 hour.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. I mean, it's, it gets complicated. So, all right. So we will post the link for that. If you're interested in getting a small business marketing assessment, you can just click on that link, go to it, and then it'll give you all the information how to contact Sharif and get that rolling for you.
Yeah.
It's $100, 1 hour, full
200,
plan.
sorry.
Sorry, it's 200.
Yeah.
I was giving
Okay.
the Self-Achievement Network discount.
No worries.
Sorry about that. No, it's 200.
That's
200
fine.
discounted down from 500.
Yeah. Yes.
Am I full of crap or what?
No, no.
It's
Spot on.
$200. It's straight up, and it's actually really a really good deal. I mean, how many people actually struggle with knowing what to do?
Yeah.
It's, so to invest a little bit, to have someone that's a professional to give you a plan that you can implement or get support with, it's well worth it. Anyway, okay. Thank you
All
again,
right.
sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy.
You too.
Stay out
All
of
right.
trouble. Don't get
I
caught.
will do that.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good